hair. What's up? It's your girl Jazz Lee. We do videos with a light ring, and hair care is everything. Today I have some horrible news. I want to tell you guys how this protective style literally left me all these bald spots in my head. I have a whole bunch of bald spots in like the middle of my head. I'm going to insert some pictures here at the beginning. I don't mind showing you guys, but definitely stay tuned to hear about how this tragedy happened to me. So if you're not new to my channel, you already know that I personally preach against getting sew-ins for myself, not for you guys. Like I always say at the beginning of a lot of my videos, if it works for you, continue to do it. As I just mentioned, I just moved to Texas. So I'm in Texas where everything is bigger, if you know what I mean. So I was like, okay, I don't want to go to Texas and look average, you know. I'm gonna step out, I'm gonna look like a bad bee. Let me find a style that I can do that I won't have to do much maintenance to, because I had just moved, so I'm like trying to get settled. I just started this job, like I wasn't gonna have time for my hair. I know, you guys. Channel is mainly based around natural hair, and I was not gonna have time for my hair. I just started having time for my hair, which is why I did these. At first I was gonna do a glueless wig, but the one that I originally wanted to do, my glueless wig, was not gonna have it ready in time. And this is why patience is so important. I had like zero patience. I wanted this mess done like instantly. Wait, let me start off by saying it is not the stylist's fault for what happened to my head. It is my own fault, because for one, when I felt the tension in the middle of my head, I should have said something. But I was like, okay, I'm just a big baby and I have a sensitive scalp, which is why I say I don't let people braid my hair, because my scalp is so sensitive. But you know, I like let it go, and I like had her give me some like pain medicine, like, you know, like Advil, whatever. That's where I messed up at. Like, obviously if my head is hurting, I should have just stopped the whole thing. So it is my fault. She was not braiding my hair too tight. It was in a cone, and I have a scalp issues at the top of my head. My scalp is extremely sensitive, so it was in a cone. I'll insert pictures of what the braiding pattern was. As you can see in the pictures, like, it really wasn't tight. This is what led up to the tragedy, okay? So I had the style in for one day. It was horrible. Like, I was dying. Like, I was feeling myself. I was taking pictures. I was living through the pain. I'm like, okay, like, I haven't had braids in freaking years. Like, down to my scalp, like, done professionally, I have not had that in years. Like, literally since high school was the last time I had a sew-in. So I'm like, okay, I just need to get used to it. I had work the next morning, by the way. I woke up, I want to say like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, crying. Could not sleep. I was dying. I jumped in the shower, ran freezing cold water on my head. Like, you guys, I was going through it. I put the freezing cold water on my head to try to get it to my scalp. Nothing. I'm drowning myself in freaking Tylenols and pain medicine, thinking I'm about to overdose at this point. I just could not take it. Then I was about to just shave it all off. I just started cutting and cutting and cutting. I just couldn't. Like, I had the style in for one day. I literally paid all that money to have that style in for one day, just to cut it out the very next day. It was sick. So then, because of that, after I took it out, my scalp was like so raw, red, and inflamed. I didn't touch my hair. I couldn't comb it out or anything. I just like took the braids out so like lightly, so nothing was combed out or anything. I couldn't even go like this to my scalp without feeling like I was gonna cry. And this is after the braids had came out, so I already knew that my scalp was damaged, like with a capital D, damaged. So then after that, I like let it sit in like a bonnet for like 2 to 3 days. I couldn't do anything to it. Then finally, like it loosened up a little bit, but not too much to where I could comb it out. So I combed out the sides, the perimeter of it, and combed out as much as I could in the middle, but I knew I couldn't get to my roots. Then I started feeling scabs form. So that's when I knew my scalp had ripped. Like there were so many tears in my scalp. They all formed scabs. Like it was so sad. It was so sad. So then after that, I had braided it down into like thick braids. So I had like 3 braids on each side, small, and then like 3 really big ones at the top, because I couldn't do anything to my head, and I did it myself, so that way I knew like what pain level I could take. Now mind you, the roots are still not combed out because I can't comb it out. Anytime I go like this, hair is coming out because my scalp had split in different places. So I probably should have went to the doctors, but I'm not a fan of doctors. Like I'm really not. So I try to stay away from the doctor's office as much as I possibly can, unless I'm going in for a checkup, you know. Like, this is gonna go off topic, so I'm not even gonna go there, but yeah, y'all should be getting checked up regularly. But anyways, so then I put those braids in and I started just wearing my wigs. So I went back to wearing my wigs, and I feel my hair growing. I still feel the scabs, like when I take the wigs off to moisturize, like the scabs are forming. I'm getting them off. I still feel a couple, like they're not too bad. But a month went by and my scalp finally got to a point to where I could comb it out. It wasn't tender to the touch anymore like it was. So as I'm taking down the braids, the sides come down flawlessly perfect. I reach at the top, it feels like glue. It doesn't even feel like it was matted. It just felt like someone put a bunch of glue at the top of my head. It felt like plastic. It didn't even feel like hair, you guys. Sorry, you guys, I definitely have to clock back into work. This is all the hair that came out of my head, you guys. Do you see all of that hair? This is all the hair that came out the middle of my head only. This is literally just from this little part in the middle of my head. It felt like plastic. It no longer felt like hair. I don't know if it was like dried up blood mixed with like skin, like you guys, I can't even, nothing worked. I slapped so much conditioner on it, so many products on it to try to like slip products to try to get it to where I could comb it out, and I just couldn't do it. It was no way to loosen up that buildup that was right there. So I was just so frustrated. I was just telling my cousin, because she was here, I was like, I'm just about to cut all of it off. Like, I'm just gonna cut my hair off and start over. Like, I'm used to doing it anyways. I done chopped my hair off 3 times before. I'm just gonna do it. She's like, no, we're gonna save as much as we can. You're not gonna do this. We're just gonna try to save your hair. 2 hours later, you guys, she finally got all of it out, and that was what was left. I was able to cover the bald spots with these twists, pull hair from certain spots. You know how to cover spots. So yeah, so that's why I'm wearing twists right now. But yeah, you guys, my hair is definitely damaged, so I really hope that you guys stay with me during this journey on growing my hair back, because we're gonna have to do a lot of cutting, because I barely have hair in the middle of my head now. So my hair is going to grow very different. So we're gonna have to cut hair gradually to catch it up to the hair in the middle of my head. But yeah, that's my update for you guys on my horror story of what happened to my hair. So I'm definitely staying away from sew-ins now. Again, if it works for you, that's amazing. That is cool. I cannot have anything too tight on my head. If it hurts, don't do it. It wasn't worth it. So like, comment, and subscribe to follow me on this journey of growing my hair back to where I need it to be. If you guys are interested in seeing how I did these twists, I do have a video up. I just uploaded it yesterday. Peace out, you guys.